This is a basic outline of ancient Greek theater, and this is a random seating chart I found on Google. When you put the two images on top of each other, like so, you can see just how similar these outlines really are. This is only one of the few ways that ancient Greek theater can be compared to theater today. In this video, we'll be looking at more connections between theater today and ancient Greek theater. Let's go back to the basic outline of an ancient Greek theater. The scheme was designed to look like a background building, which is where the actors sometimes made their entrances. The orchestra is literally the dancing space. This is where all the interaction between characters occurred, so basically the orchestra is the same thing as a stage. The paradies were the entrances and exits to the Greek theater. Sometimes actors playing messengers or travelers came in through here. Also, this is where the chorus came in and out as well. The theatron was basically where everyone sat down and enjoyed the play. You should also probably note that ancient Greek theaters were always done outside, in an area without a roof. There are three main genres performed in the ancient Greek theater. There were plays of tragedy, plays of comedy, and a genre of plays called satire. I'm going to assume that you all know what a tragic and comedic play is, but a satire play is very similar to a comedic play. It involves much of the stereotype teenage attitude, like drinking, sex, and pranks, and, stuff like that. In today's theater, only two out of those three genres are played today: comedy and tragedy. An ancient Greek play generally consists of about 5 parts. The first part is called the prologue, the second the paradus, the third is called the episode, the fourth is the statsimon, and the last is the exodus. Now, just in case Mr. Metz wants you to take notes on this kind of stuff, the prologue is the introduction of the play, and was generally only spoken by a character, or maybe 2. During the prologue, the singers have not yet gone on to the orchestra part of the theater, and also the prologue is designed to give mythological background necessary to understand the rest of the play. The second part of the play is called the paradus. The first thing that you may have noticed is that, yes, it is the exact same name as the entrance and exit to the theater. This is also when the singers make their first appearance. The singers not only sang, but they also danced too, which was probably highly entertaining for everyone in the stands to watch. One of the main parts of the play, called the episode, is only consisting of acting and no singing or dancing of any kind. Sometimes the singers interacted with the actors that were on stage. At the end of the episode was the statsimon, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing incorrectly. This was the point where all the singers began to dance and sing, and generally the songs were about what had previously happened in the play, and also, quote, puts it into some kind of larger mythological framework. You also should probably know that there were many episodes in the statsimon throughout each play. The exodus is pretty much what it sounds. It's the last part of the play when everyone exits. However, one last song is performed, and the song generally contains a moral or a lesson that's related to the play. Here's some more stuff you should probably write down comparing today's theater with ancient Greek theater. Today's scene is basically the same thing as ancient Greek's episode, and also Greek plays generally featured a lot of singing, kind of like today's modern musicals and Broadway plays. Now let's go back and compare today's theater with ancient Greek's theater. You should be able to see that these two outlines are very similar. The biggest similarity you could probably see are the seats, which form a semicircle around the stage and the music area. There are only 2 differences between this basic outline of an ancient Greek theater and this particular theater. The ancient Greek theater's scheme is where a modern stage would be today, and also, the ancient Greek theater's orchestra/stage is where a modern-day theater pit or musical area would be. There is also one more critical difference you probably should make note of. In a modern theater, there are many actors required to cover the large number of characters in each play. However, in ancient Greek theater, there were only 3 actors covering the role of every character. To help determine all the different characters, actors generally wore masks and changed them from behind the scene. Let's get back to the similarities between today's modern theater and ancient Greek theater. A common tradition between both eras of theater is the judging of plays and giving awards to the best ones. In an average ancient Greek play contest, 4 different plays were performed and scored by judges, 3 tragedies and 1 satire play. At around 430 BC, a comedic play was eventually added. These ancient Greek contests are similar to today's Tony Awards. Now, just like any good teacher would do, let's go back and take one last look and review at everything that we just learned. Let's start our review with the similarities between ancient Greek theater and modern theater. The first similarity, and probably the most noticeable one, is the basic outline of the theater. The second similarity is that awards were and still are given out to the best plays. The third similarity is that 2 out of the 3 most common genres of play in ancient Greece, comedy and tragedy, are still very common in plays today. The other popular type of play in ancient Greece was called satire. The fourth major similarity is that, like modern musicals, singing and dancing were an important part of an ancient Greek play. Also, ancient Greece's episode is the same thing as today's scene. Now let's take a few seconds to review the differences between the two time periods of theater. There are only acts and scenes in today's theater, but in ancient Greece there are 5 different parts to the play. These different parts to the ancient Greek play can be found at the 2-minute and 7-second mark of this video. Another difference is that ancient Greek plays only had about 3 actors covering many parts. In today's theater, there is usually an average of 1 actor or actress per character. A final difference you should take note of is that all ancient Greek theaters were outdoors, while most of modern-day theaters were performed from the inside. And that pretty much wraps up this video. Now, go and study by using the link I provided in the beginning of the video to go home and watch this over and over again and take lots and lots of notes to make Mr. Betts happy because you passed my part of the quiz. LOL Internet.
LOL Internet.
LOL Interweb.
LOL Internet.
LOL Internet.
LOL Internet.
Internet, 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 internet. Wasn't that a nice song?
LOL Internet.
That was something, alright.
Boom, LOL Internet.
LOL Internet.